Hello and welcome to another morning edition of an update live on NTN. We'd like to thank you so much for watching. My name is Jessie Leonce. Today is a Wednesday, Hump Day, the 12th of May 2021. We continue to watch over COVID-19 among many other developments here in St. Lucia. We have some updates from the Ministry of Health and Wellness for you in terms of new cases, recoveries, etc. Also where you can get vaccinated today or tomorrow if you feel like it. And also we have updates from the 24-hour news cycle here at the NTN, the GIS. The Laguerre Early Childhood Development Center welcomes a new playground. Also, parents receive skill support under the Youth Empowerment Project with a parenting program. The launch of that happened last week. And also the Love St. Lucia campaign announces its winners. It concluded another exciting component of its program. So stay with us if you're watching on air online. A special good morning to you if you're watching from the diaspora residents right here in St. Lucia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're getting to the business of the day in terms of what's happening here on island. Stay tuned. But first, before we get into the meat of things, some morning inspiration for you. Take a look.
Listen, you don't succeed just because you wake up at 5 in the morning. Someone will wake up at 4. People work hard every day. You can't assume that just because you work hard, you'll succeed. People will tell you you're too short, you're too lazy, or you're just not going to make it. Don't listen to them. They will enter your minds and try to control you. But trust me, no one can stop you from dreaming. But dreaming is not enough. Wake up and realize that this world owes you nothing. You have to fight every single day to convince yourself that you are good enough. And one day, you will finally have that opportunity to prove to everyone they were wrong. And then you'll fail. But that's a good thing, because how you react to failure will determine whether you're a quitter or a winner. And I promise you, if you do what you love and you never give up, you'll realize that failure doesn't mean you lost. It's just a reminder to get back up. Courage to try again, you already won.
That was your daily dose of inspiration. We do hope that you're feeling motivated today to continue doing what you have started out. Going to school this morning, we hope you are feeling inspired. Going to work this morning, if you're still working from home, we hope that you're able to prioritize and plan your day accordingly so you don't get distracted. And for those of you who are just heading out on errands today, we do hope that you go with that feel-good attitude. Yeah, we continue on with this morning's update. live on NTN with an update from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. St. Lucia is recording 10 new cases of COVID-19. This was out of a batch of 184 samples. The 10 newly diagnosed individuals were seen at various community respiratory clinics on island, and in keeping with the national COVID-19 testing protocol, they were all placed on home quarantine. At this point in time, they are being placed into isolation for treatment, and also contact tracing is underway for them as well. Confirmation was also received of the recovery of 12 individuals diagnosed with COVID-19, bringing the total number of cases in country to date to 147. At present, 2 of the active cases are requiring critical care at the respiratory hospital. The new cases bring the total number of cases diagnosed in country since March of last year to 4,700 at this time. As of May 10th, 2021, we're taking a look at the vaccination figures. 25,345 individuals have received their first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, and 14,435 individuals have received their second dose. At present, the vaccination drive, we remind you, is catering to the general population. So if you're 18 years old and over, you can go in to get vaccinated for your first dose, as well as if you're receiving your second dose. So today, Wednesday, May 12th, if you want to get vaccinated, the health team will be administering the vaccine at the Soufriere Hospital grounds, the Dennery Mothers Preschool, and the VG Sports Complex from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. Just want to remind you, if you want to get vaccinated today, Roger, if you could put up the card so that individuals can see. You can get vaccinated at the Soufriere Hospital grounds, the Dennery Mothers Preschool, and the VG Sports Complex. Now, if you have time later on this week, you can also get vaccinated. There are vaccination venues for tomorrow, Thursday, at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds, the Philip Marsley Grounds as well. So if you have some time in your schedule tomorrow, Thursday, you can do so there. And on Friday, May 14th, you can get vaccinated at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds and the Jack Mel Wellness Center. And it will be back to the VG Sports Complex on Saturday, this Saturday, May 15th, if you want to get vaccinated. They are facilitating this. And reminder, carry with you your identification card if you're going for the first time, so that they can put you in the system so they know who is vaccinated, and it's how we have the numbers every other day to let you in on. And also get pre-registered. So before you go there, go to hmi.govt.lc. Go get pre-registered so that they know ahead of time the individuals who are interested in getting vaccinated. If you don't have access to an online platform, you can always let the nearest community, a wellness center, respiratory clinic know that you're interested in getting vaccinated so that they can pre-register on your behalf. If you're going to get your second dose, carry with you the vaccination card that was given to you the first time that you went to get vaccinated, when you got your first dose, so that they can tick you off as fully vaccinated against COVID-19. And speaking of vaccinations, we have more companies facilitating vaccinations for their staff who are interested in getting the jab. Lucia held its COVID-19 vaccination drive for its team members recently. No one individual or company has been immune to COVID-19. That's how they start out their press statement on this event. The St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, Lucilec, is no exception. The belief that we are all in this fight together fuels our commitment to the vaccination drive for you, for yours, for life. For us, sorry. In March, Lucilec partnered with the Ministry of Health to offer the first shot of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine to its staff. Over 50 team members of Lucilec and contractors took advantage of the convenience to get vaccinated at their cul-de-sac power station. The move provided added protection for members of this essential service, really, who by the nature of their job would have been challenged to access a local vaccination site. Later this week, the company and the ministry will offer the second dose of the vaccine, and the accommodation will include those who got vaccinated off-site in a public facility during the eligibility period for the second shot and those who want to receive the first shot. So Lucia is also indicating that they will also have a medical team working at their facility with a token of, they also presented their medical team with a token of appreciation for coming through. It will form part of the company's support of the National Observance of Nurses Month in May. And this is in addition to the company's sponsorship of t-shirts for the national vaccination drive. Of course, you're seeing Lucia is doing it. Many other companies here on island are trying to accommodate their staff who otherwise it would have been difficult for them to leave their jobs during the week to get vaccinated. They are meeting them at their workplace. And if you want to get in on that action, if you are a business, you have an establishment and you want to facilitate this for your staff, you could always let the Ministry of Health know that you're interested so that they can accommodate. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we get into some more updates for the morning and also the news for the 24-hour cycle. Stay with us.
Do you know we can limit the spread of the COVID-19 virus? The Ministry of Health is your partner in achieving this solution. Introducing the Amber Wristwatch. The Amber Wristwatch is designed for monitoring daily movements while in quarantine. It provides an accurate location and a precise heart rate. The device is also waterproof and can be worn during all daily functions, like washing the dishes or taking a shower. It's worn like a typical timepiece. The Ministry of Health can now better monitor people in home quarantine and receive alerts of those who do not stay in the confines of their home. A 14-day rental of the Amber Wristwatch is just $75 US. Let us stop the breaches of home quarantine.
Thank you so much for staying with us. This is the Morning Update live on NTN. If you're just joining, good morning to you. We continue with our updates this morning with news for the 24-hour cycle out of the government of St. Lucia. For the second time in as many months, we have corporate citizen Rainforest Adventures based in Babonneau, not only contributing to the community, but invested in its future with the donation of another facility for toddlers. The management of Rainforest Adventures officially handed over a children's playground to the Laguerre Early Childhood Development Center. We have Herma Demark with a report.
The Laguerre Early Childhood Development Center has been gifted a new playground. The long-awaited project is the second donation of its kind by Rainforest Adventures in the community of Babonneau and was facilitated by the Ministry of Education as well as the Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Physical Planning, Natural Resources and Cooperatives and Parliamentary Representative for Babonneau, Honorable Ezekiel Joseph. Principal at the Early Childhood Development Center, Junior Shasney, says the new facility will help develop the motor skills and self-esteem of students.
We at the Laguerre Daycare are delighted to be recipients of this impressive facility. It's been a very long wait, and we know our kids will love it. From a bleak, damp, cold school ground, from having to play indoors, which sometimes cause difficulty, to a beautiful green, well-fenced, well-drained playground. It is a heartwarming occasion for us.
General Manager of Rainforest Adventures, Daryl Raymond, speaking on their contribution to the project, highlighted key considerations made in building the playground, including the creation of a green space through the planting of trees and flowers.
I also want to say that while we have made this investment specifically for this school, we also believe that the wider community should be able to benefit and participate. So, we have had initial discussions with the principal to determine a modality where children from the wider community can use this space, particularly on the weekends. Of course, it would have to be done in a responsible way, ensuring close supervision and control, safety and security, and the following of the necessary COVID-19 protocols for sanitation. And as a company, we stand ready to assist you in finding that balance, where the school can benefit as well as the community at large can benefit.
District Education Officer Sarah Sipal showed immense appreciation to Rainforest Adventures for their contribution to the project and outlined the many benefits of learning through play.
Early childhood education often focuses on learning through play. have this learning through play. Based on the research and philosophy of Jean Piaget, which posits that play meets the physical, intellectual, language, and emotional and social needs of the children. Children's curiosity and imagination naturally evoke, listen to this, naturally evoke learning when unfettered. Listen to this, very interesting. Learning through play will allow a child to develop cognitively.
Parliamentary Representative for Babuno, Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, expressed his commitment to improving the learning environment for students in the community.
We have the recognition program for students who perform well at the common entrance. That has been going on for many years now. You know, I've given support to many schools as it pertains to improving the infrastructure, equipment, you know, paying salaries to assist with the implementation of programs at school. We have the after-school program. We have the school. We employ at least 3 individuals, one to go around to look at the whole aspect of netball, football, and cricket. And I must say that I'm really satisfied with what we're seeing happening with the netballers under the leadership of Mrs. Mortooth.
Honorable Joseph said he hopes for future collaboration with Rainforest Adventures for the development of the community. From the Government Information Service, Hilma DeMark reporting.
Thank you, Hilma, for that report. The kids look so happy. And speaking of kids, we have a parenting program in a pilot phase being jump-started by the Youth Empowerment Project in collaboration with the Division of Human Services. It started last week. The parenting program under the YEP Wednesday began its operation. That was Wednesday, 5th May. The pilot is engaging 32 parents in the Castries region for a 3-week period from the Wilton's Yard Human Resource Center and the Castries City Hall. The program is intended as a source of support for parents and carers and offer an opportunity to share parenting experience, develop a greater understanding of child development, building positive relationships, and learning skills to deal with challenging behaviors of the kids. For effective execution of this initiative, it was started with the YEP, but they decided to engage the Division of Human Services for this project. Beverly Ann Poyot is the director at the Division of Human Services. Take a look.
The parenting program was initially conceptualized sometime in October 2020 when the Youth Empowerment Program Director, coordinator, reached out to us at the Division of Human Services, and we actually welcomed this opportunity because this is something that we at the division have been wanting to do for a very long time. And so with the assistance of the Youth Empowerment Project, we embarked upon putting this program together. We already had some resources in terms of our manuals, and so it was a matter of just getting this program off the ground.
Now, the YEP as well as the Division of Human Services, they both fall under the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment. Permanent Secretary P.S. Velder Joseph, she did indicate that she's looking forward to the successful rollout of the pilot program, consistent with overall efforts to strengthen social support efforts by the ministry.
We remain committed to building strong families and enhancing social resilience in the interest of the development of St. Lucia. It is my hope that this parenting program proves useful to all participants and that we will see many more such initiatives in the future. I listened to Director and I am looking forward to those additional initiatives around the island as this becomes a national endeavor.
So after this 3-week pilot phase that's happening in the Castries region, the YEP intends to expand the parenting program to a national scale to be able to engage as many parents as possible in their continued thrust to keep protecting at-risk youth in our population. Do stay with us. When we come back, the Love St. Lucia campaign has concluded another exciting component of their program, which drew participation from a wide cross-section of the population. Stay with us.
the dentist? Really? How was that? It wasn't bad. The dentist was really nice and she told me that mouth rinsing is very important for healthy teeth. How so? Rinsing with water gets rid of food in between your teeth, which can protect you from getting cavities. No way. So after I eat or drink anything, it's a good idea to rinse out my mouth with water. Yes! Make sure to spit out the water after rinsing because swallowing will only bring the germs into your body. Remember, water is an easy and cost-effective way to instantly boost your health and a healthy body to fight many diseases, including COVID-19.
Thank you so much for staying with us. This is the morning update live on NTN. We continue with the latest developments coming out of the government of St. Lucia. The Love St. Lucia campaign has concluded another exciting component of the program, which drew participation from a wide cross-section of the population. We have a report.
The Ministry of Commerce, Industry, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs, as part of activities for St. Lucia's 42nd Independence Anniversary, hosted a video competition. The video competition was held under the ministry's Love St. Lucia campaign with a view of increasing consumer awareness and domestic market share of local products. Marketing specialist in the Ministry of Commerce, Cindy Eugene, highlighted the thrust behind the competition.
The overarching vision of the Love St. Lucia campaign is to build resiliency in the St. Lucian economy by maximizing the potential of local industry, improving consumer awareness, and increasing domestic market share of our local manufacturers and service providers. Although COVID-19 has forced us to recognize the value of developing local industry, many are unaware of the variety of goods manufactured or services offered. Therefore, as part of the 42nd Independence celebration, the Ministry of Commerce, International Trade, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs hosted a video competition, a 42-second video competition dubbed Local Product Challenge.
The competition ran from February 22 to May 5, 2021 and received some 28 submissions. As part of the competition dubbed Local Products Challenge, participants were required to create a 42-second video showcasing as many local products as possible, include the Love St. Lucia logo in the video, and upload the video to the ministry's Facebook and tag Love St. Lucia and Commerce St. Lucia. Public Relations Officer for Export St. Lucia and panel judge for the competition, Jason Darius, indicated that individuals were judged based on 6 categories with a maximum allocation of 20 points each, totaling 120 points on the tally sheet.
Number 4, technical quality. This is where we looked at the overall quality of the submission for both video and audio, noting the effort and attention to detail and if the message is communicated effectively. Number 5, the link to the theme. It was a local products challenge, so we had to allocate points as to how St. Lucian the overall production was. And lastly, we had creativity and originality. We were looking for something extraordinary, something that really stood out from the rest. So each of these categories was scored out of 20 points, making a perfect score of 120 points on the judges' tally sheet. Literally no one got a perfect score, with our judges being so scrutinous and meticulous with their approach. So when it was all said and done and the scores had to be counted, we still came very close to a tie for first place, with just 1 point separating the winner and the runner-up.
The People's Choice Award went to Shanna Joseph. Perth selector P. Prospect came in third with 301 points, winning a $500 cash prize. Lenley Hunt came in second with 322 points, winning $1,000. And Gail Charles secured first place with 323 points, winning $3,000 in cash. The Ministry of Commerce is confident that with continuous sensitization activities, consumers will pivot their purchasing options towards domestic consumption. From the Government Information Service, I am Janelle Norville.
Thank you. Thank you, Janelle, for that report. At this time, we want to let you in on the update on the oil prices. There have been adjustments with some of the products. The public is hereby notified that in keeping with the changes in international oil prices and government's application of the modified market pass-through petroleum pricing mechanism, the retail price of gasoline, LPG 2022 and 100-pound cylinders has changed. The retail price of kerosene and diesel remains the same. It remains unchanged. The price changes take effect from Monday, 10th May 2021. So gasoline increased from $2.96 to $2.98 per liter, or $13.47 to $13.53 per gallon. Kerosene, as I said, remains unchanged at $1.54 per liter. Diesel remains unchanged at $2.77 per liter. The 20-pound cylinder has increased from $30.43 to $30.74. The 22-pound cylinder has increased from $33.47 to $33.82. And the 100-pound cylinder has increased from $199.12 to $202.30 per cylinder. The public is informed that the next adjustment of the retail price of fuel products will be on Monday, 31st May 2021. We are due for another break. When we come back, we round off the morning update, coming back to the COVID-19 situation here on island. Stay with us.
Sanitizer, better yet use soap and water.
We must protect each other if we are to beat this corona.
Together let us win this war. Be a soldier for St. Lucia. Together let us win this war. Be a soldier, together we can beat this corona.
So you don't become the next case. Avoid touching your face. I'm sure you've been told so. Handshakes and hugging around, no.
Advice, give you the please. Cover your mouth and your nose if you cough or sneeze.
Practice social distancing and avoid large social gatherings.
Together let us win this war. Be a soldier for St. Lucia. Together let us win this war. St. Lucia, be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
For further information, please contact the hotline at 311 or the Bureau of Health Education at 468-5349.
Thank you so much for staying with the broadcast live on NTN. This is the morning update, bringing you the latest developments from the government of St. Lucia. We come back to the COVID-19 news. We had the chairman of the COVID-19 Command Center revealing in the Honorable House last week that there was a significant impact directly on the frontline workers in terms of this virus. So chairman of the COVID-19 Command Center, also Minister for Tourism, Information, Broadcasting, Culture and the Creative Industries, Honorable Dominic Fede, revealed that over 100 frontline workers are part of the COVID-19 infection toll here on island. And while endorsing the state of emergency extension, you would recall that a motion did come forward in the Honorable House last week by Prime Minister and approved for an additional 5 months. So while the Minister and the Chair of the COVID-19 Command Center was endorsing this state of emergency extension in the sitting of the House of Assembly last week, he also, Honorable Fede, emphasized the importance of eliminating as many threats to the national health and security systems during the pandemic.
When your frontliners are being affected, Mr. Speaker, you have to take the extra precaution to make sure that the people whom you're asking to protect the population are also at risk. And so this is not a time, Mr. Speaker, where things are normal. And so what we have to do is to make sure that we secure the country, we secure the health system, we secure the police and the enforcement system, so that we can have the best capacity to be able to manage this pandemic. And so, Mr. Speaker, so about 128 frontliners have been affected to date with COVID-19. They include nurses and doctors and other medical practitioners, including pharmacists and health personnel, Mr. Speaker.
The command center chair reinforced that the state of emergency, as experienced on island in the past year, has not been oppressive, but has been effectively utilized as a proactive measure.
We have seen, Mr. Speaker, that where there have been a curfew as recently as Easter, we see, Mr. Speaker, that we're able to manage the pandemic well. The job and the work of the police becomes a lot easier. It is with more clarity. It becomes a lot easier for people to comply, Mr. Speaker, to the protocols. As well, Mr. Speaker, we've had several months of this, the state of emergency during the course of the pandemic. People have been able to go to the supermarket. People have been able to go to the beach. People have been able to go pay their bills. People have been able to go see their families. People have been able to go to church. And the list of liberties, Mr. Speaker, is long. And so I reject those suggestions that we're trying to restrict those liberties.
That was chairman of the COVID-19 Command Center and also Minister for Tourism, Information, Broadcasting, Culture and the Creative Industries, Honorable Dominic Fady. Parliament did approve the extension of the state of emergency, as we hope you're aware by now, ending October 16th, 2021, an additional 5 months. We continue, meanwhile, over the week more than 36,000 people have died from COVID-19 complications. I believe this is in our region. Nearly 40% of all global COVID-19 deaths reported last week took place in this region of the Americas, and more Latin American countries than ever before are reporting over 1,000 COVID-19 cases a day. Director of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, says hospitals are fuller than ever, meeting capacity, exceeding capacity. A sad reminder that we are still in the midst of an ongoing crisis. A message that is consistent with the word that we've received from the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Sharon Belmont-George, as well as the Prime Minister, Honorable Alan Chasney.
Canada is continuing to report significant jumps in infections in highly populated provinces as Ontario, as well as in less populated territories of the North and Yukon, which are home to remote and indigenous communities. Puerto Rico and Cuba remain significant drivers of COVID cases in the Caribbean, although infections are also on the rise in many smaller islands. Anguilla, for example, has reported nearly 70% of its total COVID cases in just the last 10 days. And in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, cases are increasing among internally displaced people following the recent eruption of the La Soufrière volcano. In Central America, Guatemala is seeing significant spikes in cases, and Costa Rica is reporting record high infections. Across both countries, hospitals are full of patients, most of them under 70 years of age. Cases are rapidly accelerating in the Guyanas and across Argentina and Colombia, where weekly case accounts are 5 times higher than they were this time last year. Hospitals are reaching capacity in Colombia's metropolitan cities, and death rates have jumped by more than a quarter over the last week.
Dr. Etienne did also add that despite all that has been learnt about COVID-19 in the past year, the control efforts are not as strict and prevention is not as efficient.
And we are seeing what happens when these measures are relaxed. COVID spreads, cases mount, our health systems become overwhelmed and people die.
The PAHO director urges all to practice social distancing, wearing of masks and avoiding gatherings in closed spaces, as doing so is the key to reducing transmission, especially as dangerous variants of concern circulate in the region. Well, we've come to the end of our morning update. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. We do hope that you continue to keep safe out there, just echoing the words of Dr. Etienne and every medical expert encouraging persons to continue to adhere to the protocols. We do hope that you are adhering to the local protocols more specifically. We do have the state of emergency ongoing. And within such, we have, curfews, and we hope everybody is adhering and remaining on the right side of the law and not giving undue pressure, unnecessary pressure on the establishments, the parties, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the healthcare workers in their effort to manage this virus. So keep safe out there for the rest of your day. Do ensure that you adhere to the protocols. I've said it like 3 or 4 times already, but it's so important and it does so much in terms of the COVID-19 response. We just experienced 47 cases in one of our daily rounds of COVID-19, and to avoid and to keep at bay, it was a fluctuation, but to keep at bay another wave of the coronavirus, we need to all play our part and adhere to the protocols. We know that mothers are continuing to be recognized into this week, and I know many of you, your flowers have not yet wilted, and you're still enjoying the good food that was had on Sunday for the celebration of Mother's Day. I just want to leave you with this word from First Lady, wife of the Prime Minister, First Lady Raquel Dubélé-Chasney, as she wished everyone a happy Mother's Day, and also messages in there that can keep you going until we wrap up this week. So do enjoy, keep safe, and stay tuned to NTN for more programming. We leave you with this message, this Mother's Day message. Cheers.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers of St. Lucia and to all those who perform the roles and responsibility of a mother to others. This Mother's Day, like Mother's Day 2020, we will celebrate the occasion in a very different way. As the risk of infection from COVID remains high, many remain homebound today, unable to gather with family members or friends to celebrate. Some are not even able to attend church. But in spite of all the challenges and restrictions today, more than ever, we must cherish those we love, the lives we have, and the women, our mothers, who have made it all possible. The role of a mother is one of selflessness, love, and sacrifice. It is only when I had children of my own that I truly realized what it takes to be a mother and how lucky I am to have been raised by a loving and supportive mother, because this role is not easy. And it has been made even more difficult for mothers over the past 15 months as we have been tested in all sorts of ways, physically, emotionally, financially, and even spiritually. For me personally, helping with all the school assignments over the past year has tested the limits of my patience, and frankly, if I never hear the expression Zoom classes again, it will be way too soon. And so today is a testament to our strength as mothers, because when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and that is precisely what we do. I am so proud to be the daughter of Jane Ludlam de Boulay, a tour de force who has always made our family her #1 priority. And I'm also really proud to be the mother of Ryan and Braden, my 2 incredible children and my finest achievements. So let's all celebrate today what it means to be a mother and to show our love and appreciation for our moms, for all that we know that they do and for all that they do that goes unnoticed. Let's try not to focus on what COVID has taken away from us, but instead to celebrate what we do have: our family, our friends, a beautiful country to call home, and an indomitable faith in God who always promises a better tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day, and may God bless everyone.